Hi everyone, this is Michelle Wald. I am from New Paradigm Wellness and I'm here for Stand Up to Gravity. We're going to be going through a series of movements that is mostly for the lower body and to get the lymphatics going. So there'll be a little upper body and a little lower body strengthening. So I hope you enjoy the class and come along with me. Do your best to be gentle with yourself and just do what feels good. So anything that doesn't feel good, go ahead and limit the motion, limit the range of motion, or simply don't do that exercise. So that's perfectly fine. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send me a message and we'll chat. All right, well, enjoy the class. You'll need a small hand towel. Take a hand towel and fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And I'll have you sit on it at the edge of your seat. So we're going to start with Aston arcing, which looks like this. I'm going to show you my side view. You don't have to turn. I just want you to see my side. Put your hands on your hips. Let your pelvis roll back. And you're going to be rounding your spine. Put your hands on the front of your hips, pressing to lengthen, and then settle. Round, waver, press off, lengthen, and settle. So in the settling part, you should be pretty equal front to back, and it should be comfortable. Notice my hips are a little higher than my knees, and that's because of this towel here. All right, so let's get warmed up with our lymphatic. So we're gonna reach our arm out as a diagonal and the other one out as a diagonal, and then relax and reach and relax and reach and relax and reach. Let your arm soften, and then the other one out as a diagonal and the other one, and soften and reach and soften and reach. My hands are a little bit in front of me, so it should be pretty comfortable. There should be a nice diagonal through the body. And if you want to make it a little further, you're going to reach out your armpit. And reach out your armpit. Let's try the other side a couple more times. Reach out your armpit. You're stretching the side body here. All right, take a breath. And exhale. If you can hold it out for just a moment before the inhale, and hold it in for just a moment, and then exhale. This kind of breathing, pausing at the top of the range and at the bottom of the range is very helpful in calming your nervous system. I'm a little nervous on video, so that's one of the techniques that I use, is to calm myself down. There's a lot of stress happening in the world, so we need all the tools that we can get. If you're having difficulty sleeping, go ahead and try that slow, deep breath with a pause on the top of the inhale and the top of the exhale. So that will really improve your ability to down-regulate your anxiety if you have any of that. And there's lots of resources out there, so please get yourself some help, or just simply call a friend, all right? Check in on each other and make sure we're all doing okay. So now we're going to put your hands on your shoulders. This is also for circulation, and you're going to make nice circles with the elbows. So wide and then together, and wide and together. Inhale, exhale, together. Inhale, exhale down to your ribs, together and up. Inhale and out. Now just do a few forward. Inhale, out, up, Okay, shake it out. That's one of the other things that we do to loosen our arms up is shake it out. So just stay by your side and get a really nice, easy shake going there. And then I'm going to have you swing and catch with the elbow. So swing and catch your elbow and let it bounce a couple times. Swing and catch, and swing and catch, and swing and catch. Now we're going to push off of one foot. It's going to rotate us this way, and push off the other foot. It'll rotate you the other way. When you let go, you should come back to center. Push off, turn, let go. Push off, turn, and let go. Take another nice, easy breath. Let's get our legs warmed up. So I'm going to have you point and flex your feet. Up and down, up and down. Try to get your forefoot off the floor. Spread your toes wide. You can do this with your hands too. And as you go, you might find some crickety cracks. It might be popping and snapping, and that's just okay. It shouldn't hurt. If it's hurting, you're probably doing it too hard. So find a nice, easy range that feels good. And now stretch out your hands forward and out and around. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You should feel this nice stretch all the way along the bottom of your arm. And one more. And now stick out one leg so I can see the bottom of your foot. Can you see the bottom of my foot? Point and flex with your legs straightened out. If that's too much, just put your heel on the floor. Point and flex. And the other foot, point and flex. And if you feel like you can, lift it up. That'll stretch the back of your leg right here and activate your thigh. So we want to get warmed up for doing some exercise here. The next one is running your heel up your shin. We'll just alternate. Heel up the shin, heel up the shin. This works your rotators in your hips. If you've had a hip replacement, you want to be gentle with this exercise, but these muscles also need to be stretched and strengthened. See how my knee is pointing out to the side. It's not very high. It's just out to the side. Okay, so I'm going to have you bring your feet out a little bit and apart a little bit, and then use your hands to wiggle your knees in and out. Sit nice and tall. You want to be sitting on top of your pelvis. It's very important. So go ahead and let them quiet. And now see if the hips are a little looser. Mine seem a little looser now. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more feet. We're going to do windshield wipers just with the feet. So put your hands on your knees and just bring your feet in and out, in and out. In and out. And do circles if you want. You can do one foot circles. And hold your leg up there. Hold it strong. Use your thigh muscles. And then go the other way. And now use the other foot. Stick it out. Use your thigh muscles. Hold it up there as you do circles. Just doing this every hour or two, if you're sitting around a lot, is really good for circulation. Circulation, okay, we could do arms too. We could do the wrists. And go the other way. Was I going that way? Okay. And it doesn't matter, go till you get a little tired. That's usually sufficient. All right. So we're going to work on the hip hinge. So I'm going to turn to the side. You don't need to. So here's the hip joint right here. You put your hands on the side, you'll feel this ball joint, or the crease is a good landmark. So you put your thumbs in the crease and then hinge forward. See how my back is straight? Push off your feet to come up. Hinge forward. Okay? So hinge forward first. And this will stretch out the back of your hip joint. Oftentimes we're very tight there. So go side to side a couple times. You can press into the hip crease or the thigh to help loosen up that tissue. And then try the hinge again. Oh my, look how far I went. Okay, so now we're going to stretch our spine. So we're going to do a hinge, then bend. It's really important that you hinge first. Hinge, and then bend your spine. Push off your feet to come to your knees, and then push off your knees to come up. Try to do this sequence and see if you can improve your hip hinge. Improve your hip hinge, and then bend your spine. Push off your feet, and then come up. One more time, hip hinge, then bend your spine. You want to dangle your arms and stretch your neck. If that feels good, push off your feet, come to your knees, push off your knees to come up. If you find yourself dizzy at all, please slow down. Likely it's because you're not breathing or you're going too fast for your blood pressure to regulate. These movements are designed to be paced at your own pace, and please honor whatever your body is saying. Very important. All right, so I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see this other movement. So if you put your hands on the back of your chair, you're going to lean back. As you lean back, you're going to tighten your stomach. So you're going to lean back and stick one leg out and bring it down, straighten your arms, lean back. You can push into the chair to keep long, but your abdominals are really working here. Straighten out the other leg. Lean back. Inhale, lean back. Lean back. Lean back. And lean back. All right, so here we've got the front of our thigh working, the abdominals working, and our arms working. So this motion, and notice my spine is not bending. So I'm just going back and forward, okay? I'm gonna face you again. Again, you don't have to turn your chair, just do what I'm doing. I just want you to be able to see. All right, let's do a little bit more hip work before we stand. So what you're gonna do is lift your leg up, and then make a circle out, and then bring it back. Lift your other leg up, make a circle around, and you're gonna engage your abs. Nothing is moving. You're gonna lengthen up, and then do the leg. Lengthen up, and then do the other leg. Keep alternating, keeping the tummy tight. If you need to press on the chair, again, to keep long, that's fine. That's a way to keep stable on your body. And it's very good for the back, believe it or not. All right, so now we're gonna do a little sit to stand. Sit to stand is a very important motion, and I want you to notice if you plop into the chair. If you plop into the chair, especially low surfaces, you might need more leg strength and more glute strength. These two areas are much neglected when we sit around. So try to get some movement. Even if you do these throughout the day, it could make a huge difference in your mobility. So please consider that as an activity that you do. Every time there's commercials, maybe do 5 sit to stands. So any movement counts. So I want you to be safe. So if you're plopping into chairs, there's a safety issue there. All right, so I'm gonna have you put 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, and we're gonna use that hip hinge. Hip hinge, and then I want you to start with momentum. So you're gonna hip hinge and then lift your bottom, and then slowly sit back down. Hip hinge, lift the bottom. You slap your thighs, it kind of activates the muscles a little bit. Slowly down. No plopping. Hip hinge, lift. And now, see if you can do it without momentum. It's a little harder, and especially if your legs are weak, you might need to use a little momentum to come on up. Okay, this time come all the way up. Put your feet together. All right. Let's go ahead and sit back down. Put the other foot back. Hinge at your hips, reach your hips back. I'm going to show you the side view. So that leg that's going back is touching the chair, so you know it's there. As your hips go back, you're going to find that chair and sit softly. So hinge and lift, lower down slowly. You've got this. And even if you go just that far, that's as far as you can go. That is perfectly fine. And we're going to do one more before we stand all the way up. And bring your feet together. So let's work on finding your balance. So a lot of times we think about finding our balance on the way somewhere, and it's actually very hard if you do that. So I want you to find your balance and then lift your foot. Find your balance, then lift your foot. See if you can be very light on the chair. If you push off of 1 foot, it moves you over, right? And then the standing leg takes over to lengthen and tone so that you can lift up the other foot. It'll give you a better sense of balance if you are cooperating with both your feet. So let's just push off of 1 foot. Notice how it tilts me this way, and push off the other foot. Notice how it tilts me the other way. So push and push. And by the way, if you feel more comfortable in shoes, that's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and use shoes if you feel unsteady on your feet. But make sure they're solid shoes, like a tennis shoe. All right, so let's work on a little bit further, lifting one knee up. Finding your balance. If your hip is hiking up, see if you can drop it down. Drop the hip. Everybody try to just drop that hip that's up right here. And then see if you can find your balance. So we want to be able to stand on one leg for about 30 seconds. So this is something to work up to. So push off of the leg that you're leaving, push down with the leg you're standing on, and then lift the other foot. This hip hiking thing, I think, is an important piece in when people have back pain. So if everybody can just drop that hip, if you put your thumb there, you can feel it going down. It's a sensation that was very unfamiliar to me when I started doing this. So, and then put that foot down and shake out the leg that you're just standing on. Shake it forward. Shake it across. See if you can shake your thigh. Don't kick the chair, but see if you can wiggle it and shake it back and shake it across in the back, and then put your foot down. So you're bringing your foot back behind you to the ball of your foot, and then come into a lunge. So to come out of the lunge, you're going to lean forward over the standing leg and push into the floor. Other foot, hinge. So here's that hip hinge. So see how my leg's going back and land the foot, and then soften the front knee to come into a lunge. Right now, you want to be on railroad tracks if you feel unsteady. To make it harder, you can be in line, but if you're losing your balance, you might want to have railroad tracks at this point. Push into that back foot, soften the knee. To come out, you hinge, push off, bring your feet together. Other side. Hinge, reach, bend the front knee, hinge, push into the floor. I'm going to do a few more of these. So notice I am coming forward over this bent leg, and you can give it a nice stretch for the hip by pushing off the front leg and the back leg. So the back leg is straight and the front leg is bent. Lean forward to come out of it. I'm going to check our time here. We have a few more minutes. So this is the side view. So see the hip hinge? And then land your foot. And then if you push your heel down, you get a nice calf stretch. Make sure your knee is straight. Or bend and straighten it a few times. And that'll give you a nice stretch for your lower leg. Come up onto the ball of your foot and then down. Up and then down. Notice my front leg is straightening too. Just do a few more of these, and you can push as much or as little as you want. Make sure your knee isn't going. If you want a bigger stretch, just take a bigger step. So to come out of it, lean forward and together. So let's do the other side again. And push off the back foot, lower down. Push off the back foot, lower down. So if you push off as you come forward, you get a sense of your body moving forward in space. It gives you a balance challenge. So if you just stay here, that's fine. You can work on that and your balance. And then as you get improved balance, you're going to come forward over that front foot. Notice how that back foot is actually pushing me forward. And switch, we're going to do one and then the other one. Here's a stretch. Stretch your heel down, stretch your hip. If you bend backwards here, you're going to get more of a hip stretch on the other side. Let me show this side. So as your heel is down, and then you go long, and then stretch back. So you're going to get this muscle here that gets tight when you sit too much. I resemble that. So lean forward and come together. All right, so we're going to work the feet a little bit in standing. So we're going to come up onto both toes and then down. Up onto both toes, go ahead and raise one arm. Up on the both toes, raise it to the side. Up on the both toes. And see if you can control the motion. So if you're plopping down like that, we need to work on the control of the motion, the strength. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So now I'm going to add a little squat to that. So you're going to inhale, push off, and you're going to do a little squat and then lower down. Straighten up. Inhale, up, little knee bend, lower down. A couple more. Ooh, I haven't done these in a little while. I'm a little shaky, so if you're a little shaky, we just need to work on those. All right, we'll shake them out. Shake your arms out. Do a little rainbow stretch. Another rainbow stretch. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to do this every week, Friday at 9:30. This is Stand Up to Gravity with Michelle Wald from New Paradigm Wellness. Look me up on Facebook, and I'll try to post it there. Have a great day. Bye.